Mentioning his name in just about every Maryland record you could think of here over the course of the rest of his 5th year. And we are underway in College Park as Nebraska wins the opening tip. Alec tying his shoe. Lawrence waited for him to clean that up. Now Tominaga sheds the defender, puts up the 3 and connects. 27th block for Geronimo this year. He's 2nd on Maryland's roster behind Reese. He's one of the best shot blockers in the Big Ten. Here's a 3 from Lawrence and a 6-0 start for Nebraska. Maryland now looking to get going. 0 for their first 4. 0 for 3 from behind the arc. They've had a lot of contested shots early on. Reese trying to drive in, bounces off Alec and scores. Shot clock at 6, 3 from Williams, and Nebraska knocking him down from long range. Their 3rd 3 in the early going.
Williams, Casey cuts right past that. All of a sudden the defender has to help. That's where the space comes for the 3.
Here's another 3 opportunity. Rick Mast with the long range shot. Reese buries himself inside against Mast. And the ball gets tipped out and handled by Maryland. Here's a 3, and that's good. Jahari Long. Terps want to force turnovers. Nebraska's been much more turnover prone on the road than they have been at home. Here's a 3 again. Jahari Long, his 2nd since coming in. Long has infused some offense into the Terps off the bench.
Well, only 14 made 3s on the year for Long. 2 of them early on here in this game.
Here's C.J. Wiltshire, speaking of off the bench. Nebraska scores a lot with their bench, and Wiltshire leads the way in that regard. Maryland inbounds to Jahari Long, who has provided a spark off the bench. The Terps don't get a lot of scoring typically from their bench, but they have so far today. That's Kaiser for 3. Maryland has gotten a good spark from their bench, now trying to use their defense to create some offense as that ball ends up in the hands of Geronimo. 5 turnovers already for Nebraska in this game. It was 12-2 Nebraska at the beginning, and Maryland's already come back to tie it. Wiltshire looking for some room. Now more pressure defense from the Terps. Eli Rice sneaks right through it.
Good patience by Rice.
Put together some good moments in his first year at Nebraska. Kaiser throws up a 3. That's good. First lead for the Terps, and it comes on another 3 from one of their bench players between Kaiser and Jahari Long. Maryland has gotten a huge spark from their bench.
On this season, they only averaged 7 points. They're 14.
Wiltshire throws it up and nails it. It's almost like a Steph Curry. Wiltshire's popped a couple early on in this one. Kaiser again. What is heat check time here in College Park?
This is unbelievable. We have not seen this from Maryland this year at all. Kaiser has come in, and everyone says he could shoot it, he could shoot it. He's just had a slow start. He's not slow right now.
Young tends to carry this team by himself. And the others have stepped up around him. He's gone through a slow start here. Harris Smith pulling all 3s here in Maryland. Together, they've made 2/3 of the shots they've taken behind the 3-point line. Shot clock inside of 3. Here comes Jameer Young. He finally gets on the board. It's an 8-0 run for the Terps.
If I were to say that Jameer Young would his first bucket at 8 points, there's no way you would say Maryland would have 26 points.
They average 70 a game. Here's Tominaga heading to the basket.
He just doesn't stop moving. He is the best.
Reese goes up and slams over everyone. Long 3, that's good. Jamarcus Lawrence grabs one from long range.
This morning, a little pick and roll action with the roll and the finish.
Cross-court pass. Scott finds Young after that. Young with the drive, the left hand as it rolls through. Jahari Long was hot early and stays hot now. Another 3. Most of Maryland's points have come from their bench. And now a 10-point lead.
7 bench points. 7. They have 20 bench points.
Scott pulls up for 3. Offensive board, Geronimo. Slipping right through Jahari Long. Lays it down. He has 11. Harris Smith with the drive along the baseline. And 2 points for Deshaun Harris Smith. I do like the sneakers that Nebraska coaches have. Kaiser 3 for 3 from 3. Misses that. Dante Scott, offensive rebound, a basket, a foul, and it is going all Maryland's way right now.
1,500 points and 800 rebounds. You heard me talk about this earlier. You got to get bodies on bodies.
Nebraska only with 27 in the first half, but the Terps put on a show offensively in this one. Tominaga trying to get it started for Nebraska. He gets them on the board to begin the second half. Young gets it off to Dante Scott, who backs his way in. Leaves it for Reese with the dunk.
Good things happen when you just sit and wait. That's on the road, excuse me, if they're going to want to get an NCAA bid.
And what about that for Nebraska? As Tominaga, what about the shot? Now Wiltshire takes the long jumper and makes it. They do have one true road win this year. It came against Kansas State. As Reese just bullies his way to the basket. A double-double for Reese, his 10th this year.
It's what they've done. They've got to find a way.
Turned into their only road win to this point. This one is getting out of hand. Maryland's up by 25. Mast had that huge game against Ohio State. He's been quiet today. Reese gets pickpocketed by Hoiberg, and now Lawrence on a breakaway. Lawrence to the basket with the layup.
Because, Wayne, we've seen it. The way that they defend, they're in every game.
They've been the best defense in the Big Ten. And there's a 3 from Kaiser again. His first this half. He has a game-leading 14 points. He was 0 for his last 9 from 3 and hadn't scored in 5 games.
You know what Kaiser does is give this team a
Now
whole bunch of space.
Up ahead to Dante Scott. Scott lays it down.
He gives them, and then if he gives them a little bit of defense to lead the transition for Dante Scott with the finish.
And they win convincingly, 73-51 over Nebraska today.
Overall, great performance by Maryland. You know, Nebraska came out and had the 12-2 start of the game, and after that, it was Maryland throughout.